put everything back in. You just gotta put 2 screws on the top of the radio, screw it down, snap this back in. First step we're gonna do is to remove this center wood trim here. To do it, there is a little corner on each side of the air vent. There's a little tiny cutout. Let me see if I can zoom it somehow show you. Right there on the top, like a center corner, there is a cutout. What it does is so you gotta push that little locking tab away from the locking pin. You simply push toward to the middle side. And same thing on the right hand side.
This come back.
So we're going to do the same thing on this side. Then the entire trim should come out. Let me have a panel popper. You hold it with your hand. Hold it with your hand.
It's just a clip.
Alright, on this one, not everyone has it, but this one, if you look underneath, open the glove box, there's some metal clips. You gotta pull that metal clip downward that release that wood trim. So do not pry out until you pull that lever down like this. There's 2 of them there. One there and another one right here. So those metal pins gotta come down. Then the wood trim comes out.
Okay.
Is there another one on this side? Alright, so once you release those metal pins, these come out. Carefully pry that out. I'm going to disconnect those plugs right there. And this is what you're pulling down. That thing locks in here. There's 2 of them there. And once you have it out, let's see. Alright, the next step is, once you have this wood trim out, inside, the torque screws right here, one on each side. We're going to remove that, and that's going to release this radio. Those are the torques number 20.
Let me get. Okay. Easy point.
It's a little tricky. You gotta pull it all the way up and you gotta push it down to release.
Okay, let me get the torque.
So there's a cable here. Be sure to disconnect this first, because if you pull out too much, you're gonna break this cable. So don't pull out too much. Let me have a little pocket tool. I want to release this cable here on the side. This has to be released. Don't pull. Push it back in a little. Yep, wait. Okay. Alright. Is there another one on that side? No, there is nothing on that side.
Always protect.
Okay, so now we're gonna get the T-harness. We're gonna show you. Basically, you are not changing out any of these here, only thing you're gonna do is disconnect this main cable. There is a little locking tab. Once I have it out, I'll show you. It's easier to show you. There is a locking clip on the bottom side of a plug. You pull up, then this main harness comes out. So this is upside down. This is what I was releasing. You pull this out a little bit, push upward all the way, then you pull out. This orange cable, that's a fiber optic. This one has to be transferred over to this T-harness that comes with a unit. So the male side, which is this one here, is gonna go back into where the factory one used to be. We're gonna release this locking tab here on this corner. There's a little tiny plastic pin that pushes down that locks this fiber optic cable. This is fiber optic cables. Do not cut or kink this one. Once you transfer this over to this new T-harness, this goes back into the factory radio. The other side, without the fiber optic cable, plugs in here. Then we're gonna run this, all these cables up to the new monitor. It's that little locking pin there. You're gonna push that away from where the fiber optic cable is and release that. Okay, so once you have that out, we're gonna put this into the T-harness. We should have put this one onto the outside with two holes there. Okay, the same way we took it out, went back in there, and this goes back into the factory plug. Okay, you should have locked that in place. And the other side plugs back into the factory one, which is unplugged. Same thing, you gotta lock that. Okay, so we're gonna pry that bezel around the dashboard, display. No special trick, just push down. Okay, and the two screws there holding on to the factory monitor. We're going to remove that. And those are Torx number 25. Remove this monitor. Now, there are several different plugs. Be sure to get the right plug. There are 4.0, 4.5, 5.0. They're different plugs. Be sure to get the right one. Alright, so this plug right here, it plugs in here. And some are this, some are rectangular one. Be sure to get the right one. Alright, so you're gonna run the cable. There are two open spaces, one on the left hand side of the air vent or one on the right side. So we got this trim on. I'm gonna have to put two screws in. 2 screws behind, but we're not going to do that for now. Alright, so we turn this used car's Bluetooth channel on. It was off. Let's see if we get the audio from it now. Alright, so we are connecting the Android phone on it. Okay, see if we can play some music on it.
Okay.
Alright, let's see.
Was I here?
Yeah, that's the one. So what you're gonna have to do is, first you gotta pair your Android Auto. So once you pair your Android Auto, you gotta exit, you go to OEM. From here, using your joystick here, you go to upward, go to telephone, then from here, you gotta pair your cell phone. It says MB something something, you gotta pair that. And once you pair that, you go back out to Android Auto, and if you play the music, music comes through. So it's a little confusing, but that's what you have to do. So from the settings on this, here, from the settings, you gotta turn on the Bluetooth here. So you gotta go to setups, go to system, scroll down. It said use cars BT channel. It comes in off. You gotta turn that on. First you gotta turn the Bluetooth on here. Then you go back out to the no. Then you go back out to the car side. You go to telephone. You gotta use the joystick. So you go to the telephone, push it down. At this point, you have to use this joystick. If you touch the screen, it's not going to enable. So you have to use the joystick to do the command for the car side. That's the way the car is. So once you select the cell phone here, pair that again. So you're going to have a Bluetooth pair for the Android Auto on this screen first. Then you go back out to the car side. After you select the car's Bluetooth option turned on, you go back out to this joystick to select the phone option. You pair the phone using your cell phone, and once that's paired, you go back out to here, go back out to Android Auto, and we gotta pair that back on because I turned it off before. Yeah, I turned it off.
You turned it off?
Yeah, remember I chose the factory Bluetooth on and off?
Right? Yep.
So now this comes back on. Then you can select the media as the car's Bluetooth for the music to play. So that works. So everything works. Let's see if we can enable factory backup cam. You gotta go to the
Let me show you.
not this one, exit. Go to setup. Let's see, system. Let's see if there is a backup cam option somewhere. No. Let me find it. Alright, so go to the setup. Underneath, there's a car settings, reverse settings. says aftermarket. We have a factory backup cam, so original cam option here. So enable that part. So that's enabled.
Gotta reboot.
And we may have to reboot the whole system. Let's see. You know what? Let's try without rebooting it. Let's try.
No, we gotta
Alright, so we're gonna reboot the whole system.
reboot. Settings, system, reboot. Yes, sir.
So in order to get that setup enabled, you have to restart the system. I'm gonna pause. Alright, so we restart the system. So that's working. Let's do the reverse. Works. Does this wheel thing working? Yep, that works too. Alright, so everything works. So we're gonna put everything back together. So
let me put.
you gotta put screws on the top and the back of it to hold it in place. So those speed clip has to be onto the top section of it. Wait, we gotta open this one up. This open up. Open that up. You gotta open it up. There's a screw hole.
No. Okay. That's good. What do you got? Okay.
So we got two screws in. Everything is good. So we're gonna put this center dash back in.
No.
Wait, we gotta put the radio in and the two
Yes.
screws first. Okay. There's the factory navigation.
Okay.
Let's go back out. Reverse.
It's a ship brake.
It still works.